What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Zabbix video. This time I will talk about, in the bash we have tools like grep or word count with the counting the lines, how many lines are in the text file. Sometimes we do negative grep, look how many lines does not match the pattern. In this video I want to highlight how to do the same, but more on the side of Zabbix proxy. Proxy can do rich set of preprocessing. So in this video I will talk about every one of those tools. To highlight a little bit in the command line, we have like grep pattern. That's one command. We can do like grep for negative pattern, which will report lines which does not match this thing. Or sometimes we can do grep minus count to seek for the pattern. And sometimes we use like word count and actually count the lines. Like all these things are quite hard to tools of the choice of any Linux administrator, I think. And how to do this inside the Zabbix. Let's have some lab. I will create a new host object and right now add, and inside the item section create new item. In real life situation we would execute this solution most likely with this item key. VFS file content. This is excellent choice when you have some sort of daily task which produce an a summary inside the file, and you want to analyze that file every day. So it's not good with the log file monitoring. By log file monitoring I mean it gets more content all the time. This is more like for the summary, like you produce file like a log file, but it's like a one-time producing, and then it's all static. Nobody will touch that file again. This file, this item key is excellent, and it can really go up to 16 megabytes. Who would have a summary of 16 megabytes? That's crazy. So this is very excellent choice for this lab. Also Zabbix Trapper item. This one is receiving the data. You are using Zabbix Sender utility to feed the data in. Here we can grow 10 megabytes, 100 megabytes for the input, and another use case is HTTP agent. Sometimes it can fetch a file like an HTML file which weighs maybe multiple megabytes. This time I will use calculated item, and I will use a dummy input here. Error 123. Warning ABC, error 567, error 789, and another warning GHJ. Just compare how many errors, 2 errors and 3 warnings. Okay, this will be the textual input. It will happen every 1 second. In real life situation, whatever the item is, most likely we don't want to store the historical data, but for the sake of the demonstration, I will store the data. Now it will be called input, and the name of the item key input. Okay, so this is the input. It executes every 1 second, and it is producing those 5 lines. Now, how to grep out something? I can click on those 3 dots, create dependent item, and let's grep for error. Grep error. The item key does not matter. What matters is the output will be text. I'm filtering out all the errors from the input file, and it's easy to do so by using JavaScript engine. And here I will use my cheat sheet, this is the way. To explain what happens here, the value is those 5 lines. Here we are using the regular expression function. We are looking for the lines which contains the warning in the middle or at the beginning or at the end. Global match, and then the question mark is kind of riding the if statement on the left side. If this will succeed, because there is a chance that the input cannot have any warning pattern, and the question mark is like after the question mark is what to do if success. And then we do that same. We are actually filtering out those lines and joining together as like a paragraph, every line in a one line. And then after the colon is if this thing failed, like if there is no warning lines, what to do. So I want to report an empty character. Okay, apply and add. Let's see if this is working. I will open the same host, visit the latest data page, and here we see like input is this 5 lines, and we did succeed to filter out the warning. So this is like a great start. Okay, let's go forward. Like what if we want to kind of split the task into multiple phases, like first I filter out how many errors, and then maybe like another dependent item which is counting how many lines was produced here. So I will create dependent item on the dependent item, and here I can like count errors, but actually it's not counting errors, it's counting lines. Okay, and this will be numerical thing, preprocessing, add the preprocessing and JavaScript, and I will use my cheat sheet. And here, like here again, like the question mark states that if statement runs on the left side, it looks on the value and double checks maybe if the value is empty, then please report the number 0, like nothing is, there is 0 lines. But if there is something still, then let's count like how many new line characters are at the end of each line, and the length is like since this split will report the array, the length is how many lines. So let's save this guy, count lines, add, visiting the latest data page, apply, and voila, like at first we grepped out the errors, and now like the amount of errors are 2. This time we, in a way, we wasted something. Sometimes, like if we would work with the input like million of lines, maybe it would make sense like to grep at first for the errors, and then in the third phase, like when I did the count line, I can grep for very specific error codes, which would save a little bit performance. If like there is a 50-50 ratio between errors and warnings, 500,000 of warnings, 500,000 of errors, then it makes sense like to do in these phases, because it will offload the next next step. But if the input is quite relatively small, maybe you want to do like counting on the fly. So count warnings on the fly, and click, and here inside the JavaScript section, what we would use, like we would use this guy, which is like analyzing the input and looking for the errors. I think I did write warning, and if it fails to find anything, like this can fail, like if there is no warnings at all, like we have to have a backup plan, and this means like what if the left side fails, please report an empty array, and this part in the parentheses will always report an array, either our array with the values or empty array, and then like count how many elements are in the array, and that's it. So warning, the item key was called warning, add, and let's see here, the input was here, warning, yeah, it's boring in this case. Let's switch actually with the error pattern, error, click, and click, update, because we did previous example with the warnings already. This is the outcome of the warning, refresh. So now like count error on the fly, 3 errors on the fly, and this is the input. Yeah, now this new line character is bothering me. It would be more professional to do like this, like without any new lines, and then this would look more beautiful. And the last example is negative grep. We would like grep for click and create dependent item, and negative grep, something like that, click, and this will be like at first producing text, and then you can decide what to do with it. And let's like go and take the last example, which is like looking how many lines does not match the warning. Maybe let's have another example. How many lines does not have A, B, C, D? Yeah, like this guy. How many lines does not have A, B, C? And this one I did not come up with myself, so I can, like, it's harder to me to explain what is happening here. I can only say that exclamation mark is negating the regex. Okay, apply and negative grep, and this will produce the lines. Add, and let's see what is the example here. And negative grep, and voila, the ABC is missing. How cool is that? All right, that is everything for this video. If you find it practical, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.